So, after last week's dynamic confrontation between Vlad and Flak, we left it with Flak on guard duty and Vlad skimming through the data concerning Vlad's prior training under the Tyrantine Cabal's leader, Anton Zerb. That night has passed, and Flak, could you start us off by telling us what happened during that night?
After Flack came off duty, he started looking around at passers-by, like mostly like the gang members and people like that, like people who look like people, they get avoided. And due to his conditioning, he naturally kind of tries to camouflage himself socially. So he ended up shaving his head into a crude mohawk. His clothing, like his flak vest, he's modified that to look almost like an old, almost like the tunnel stakes jacket from Fallout 3.
Oh yeah.
And on the back, he's kind of crudely painted like a flaming skull with "Watch Me Burn" above and below it, things like that. And he's kind of trying to give off this air of crazy, kind of violent, almost like in The Dark Knight Returns, the slice and dice guy.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, so Septimus, you see Flak cultivate this appearance. Well, you don't see him do it, but you see the after effects of it and what he looks like now. You call up images of Upper Hive into your extremely logical brain, and then try and put this picture in front of you next to it. It doesn't fit. But you're not entirely sure why Flak has done this. It doesn't make any logical sense for the mission for this to have occurred. Neither Romulus nor Vlad are up yet, and you are. If you were capable of being aware of awkwardness in social situations, this would be it.
Query: is self-immolation a distinct possibility?
No, my friend. It's something a lot of those people downstairs used to say quite a lot. They'd run along the roads, wielding their knives, shouting, "Watch me burn, boys! Watch me burn!" 9 times out of 10, they'd stumble into one of my traps, most commonly a firebomb. And, I gave them their bloody wishes, didn't I?
Query: no stairs presently in Hive Alpha. Meaning of downstairs required.
You remember that nasty place you were locked up? The Underhive? That's what I'm referring to, my mechanical friend.
Explanation accepted. Query: Query: next level of activity.
Well, we need to build up a network down here. If we're going to be going to the upper hives, we need to build a network in the middle hive. We need to find weapon dealers, we need to find armorers, we need to find various sorts of people to help us out, basically, friend.
Morning, fellas.
Ah, the cops are awake. How you doing, my friend?
Tired.
Right then, I was just explaining to our mechanical friend that we need to get out there and we need to make some contacts.
Contacts?
What?
Down here? What for? We're going up.
Ah, but we need someone to retreat to if things go wrong. We need people to supply us weapons. We need people to forge us documents. We need
we're
uniforms.
the fucking Inquisition. We don't need any help.
But we're disposable. If something goes wrong, we have no way of defending ourselves. We need to think of contingencies. Basically, I point to where there was like kind of this huge oil canvas painting, and it's just been ripped down and just scrawlings on the wall in code. like with almost like a spider web of links between them.
Flack, I think you were down in the Underhive way too long, my friend.
Possibly, but you
This
go
isn't
down
how
there.
acolytes go about their business.
Yes.
Septimus, would you care to enlighten Flack how an acolyte should conduct himself on a mission such as this?
Choose your
Query.
next word. Choose your next words wisely, my mechanical friend.
Query. I have database of 12,742 missions with a similarity rating of 0.12 or higher. Which of these would you wish me to select?
Anything in the 0.9 region.
Query. Highest similarity rating is 0.78.
That'll do.
In this case, acolyte name unrecorded, assaulted chaos cultists, unknown affiliation with army of guardsmen, approximately 11,712 individuals, casualties 99.6%, planet exterminatus, conducted.
Well, that wasn't particularly cheery. But my point, Flack, is that we don't want to be messing around with gangbangers down here when we should be attacking the problem. We should be amassing resources on a massive scale, not just solidifying a small base. That's what Vlad is going to have us do when he wakes up.
Okay. You do know what the signal is like down here? You cannot communicate with the outside world. We need weapons. I know where to get weapons. I know how to get weapons.
He brings out his hand cannon and puts it down on the desk. We got weapons. We got more weapons than we can actually carry.
We've got weapons for unarmored targets. We need hotshot packs. We need guns that can take them. We need heavier armor. We need certain items.
Query.
Alright?
Query. Potential chances of encountering armored targets in Hive approximately 0.0021%
I'm referring to the upper hive.
due to low ceiling levels and narrow corridors.
I think my friend Septimus here is trying to say, we ain't going up against Thunderhawks.
When I first arrived on this planet, I got a glimpse of the upper hives. Don't know what happened, but I ran aground into the underhive, but I've seen some of the stuff they got up there. Well, admittedly it was 7 years ago, but I've seen some of the stuff they got up there.
So you want a hotshot pack?
Oh, no. I'm not particularly fond of guns. Take out the fun of it. I like to kind of get up a bit close and personal. I like to show people what they truly should be fearing. Well, I mean, as well as the unending wrath of the Emperor and the continuous set of invasion of exterminatus. I also want to show them that it's almost like a local fear.
Query. What is
Right.
requirement for ranged weapons if close combat is favoured field of battle?
I'm talking shotguns, flamers, firebombs. Well, firebombs you can make yourself. I mean, look around you. Look at the amount of alcohol you guys drink. You should not drink alcohol. It's very bad for you. It's very bad for you. Go, Barry. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. You gotta help me. You gotta help me, Barry.
Is this a firebomb?
Firebombs.
Septimus, did you watch him make firebombs whilst we slept?
Affirmative.
And you just let him?
Query.
Purge.
I do not understand question. Should I have interjected?
There was a fire in the room across from here It's a long story.
Competence levels seemed high.
During this time, Flack is kind of teetering back and forth like last night. Kind of evident that he wants his mask. Going full Rain Man again.
Flack.
Logical interjection. Mask required, as in previous situation.
Give him the mask. Barry's coming. The mask. The mask. Need to get rid of Barry.
Septimus, do you hand him his mask?
I guess if it's in arm's reach.
Well, it's within your arm's reach.
I assumed he would be close to him, so he'd be grabbing himself and doing it.
No, but when as soon as he's like needs his mask, he's kind of like almost helpless.
Okay.
In a way.
Okay. I guess I'd pick it up and give it to him.
All right. Some mechanical pincers pluck your mask up and gift it to you.
Okay, I basically yet again shove it onto my head. Like there's a slight, almost like a small hiss noise as it kind of activates. Like the goggles in the mask kind of turn on with a red glow. It's
that
like
Darth
almost
Vader's
like
mask.
Pretty much, but there's like a slight hiss, almost like there's like a gas being released into it.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
Yeah. And obviously, I stop shaking and just stand up straight.
Yeah. I assume Romus's helmet is just a normal helmet then. It will be one. It's just a black helmet, isn't it?
It's a gas mask goggle helmet combo.
Yeah. Okay.
With a couple of like little, because basically whenever he puts it on, it's like almost like a drug gets injected into like the back of his skull, just like a tiny amount that just sets him straight. If that makes sense, it has like no combat thing. It just kind of like kicks his conditioning into gear again. That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically he's basically a low budget Eversaw assassin, so he needs this drug to function.
Yeah.
In his helmet.
Extremely unsubtly, I see.
Yeah.
Companion. Companion Bravo, designated Romulus, please accompany me. And I step into the next room.
Romulus kind of raises an eyebrow. Okay. What can I do you for, Septimus?
It looks like I'm speaking normally, but it's almost like someone's turned a volume dial down. So usually when people whisper, they kind of have smaller mouth motions. And I'm speaking normally, but it's just really quiet.
Sorry, as you guys are like walking away, I've sat back down on the sofa and grabbing nearby like bottles of dregs and pouring them into each other, basically making more fire bombs.
Okay.
Logical interjection. While companion Alpha Flag appears relatively unstable, I do require new medical supplies. Supplies exhausted during surgery. Additionally, a potential to acquire calming narcotics for use in case of emergencies. I place a little bit of stress on this last word.
Is Septimus capable of placing stress on words?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, sorry guys, I'll just be back in a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Need to run off.
What you're saying is you want to go on a supply run?
Affirmative.
And you want to take Flack with you?
Query. Would you prefer him left here, alone?
Good point. Well, I'll wait here. Wait for Vladimir to wake up. But don't be long, because we'll be going into the upper hive within a few hours, I would imagine.
Affirmative. I will locate supplies, prevent attempt excursions.
That's right. Attempt to prevent excursions.
Affirmative.
Okay, let's go back through. I think even Flack might realize something now.
Still, Flack is making more firebombs.
Companion Alpha, designated Flack. Query.
Yes.
I require new medical supplies. Will you accompany me to place of sale?
Specific types of medical supplies required.
Approximately 12 feet of bandages, 48 medical staples, perhaps excess levels of stim and fade.
Well, the stim and fade. Standard medical supplies, you can get those pretty easily anywhere in the middle hive.
Preferably anticoagulants.
More advanced medical supplies, you're going to need to talk to someone a bit more legitimate.
Query, will this be possible?
If we can find them, yes, it can be.
Query, time scale of excursion.
2-3 hours, most.
Affirmative. This is pleasing to the Omnissiah. Praise upon his name.
Yeah, praise the thingy. Also praise the Emperor.
Praise the Emperor. Okay, Flack. You go with Septimus. Guard him. Make sure nothing happens to him. Be back here without incident within a few hours.
I'll see what I can do.
Okay. Good luck, boys.
Right. And just like that, kind of, I don my armour, kind of with the flak jacket on the top of it, the mask still on, grab like a firebomb or two and have them kind of like stowed away on my person. Couple, like 1 or 2 knives and a pistol.
Okay. Septimus, what are you taking with you?
Absolutely nothing apart from what I'm carrying.
Okay.
So with a flak, that's 2 fire bombs, his chainsword on second thought, and a stub revolver with 12 rounds.
So you're still heavily armed just by taking Flack with you, I think.
Can I make a scholastic law chemistry? I think it's meant to be chemistry, but they spelt it weird because it's the future.
It is the future. All spelling changes in the future, Chris. Don't you already know this?
To see how likely these firebombs are to actually explode without any provocation.
Okay.
Oh well, it's like a Molotov cocktail, if you will.
That's fucking hell. 63 is actually a pass with a degree of success.
Yeah. As Flack describes, they are. He would have to put light to them to.
Right, cool.
For them to actually explode.
Just want to make sure we weren't actually going to explode.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate. Right. Okay. You exit the room. So you find yourself on the walkway that you've been on before.
Okay.
Flack, this area looks a lot better when you're not looking through it through a peephole, and it's not nighttime. Basically, there aren't kind of people roaming about looking for trouble.
Well, during the entire time, I've got my kind of almost my hand like, what is it? He's got the stub revolver on his left hip. He's kind of walking around with his arms folded, like his right hand ready to draw, if you will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Septimus, do you
looking
call up the local area map, perhaps? Do you have like
No,
a
I'm
data
not like
slate?
I have a data slate definitely, but I don't have like a computer vision or anything like that.
Okay, so you don't have like a HUD, but I assume you would have
Yeah, I've definitely got a data slate.
data slate that has the capability and probably the information on it of like floor plans of the hive.
Yes, to what level they're available, I assume there's extensive modification by everyone who lives in the hive to the actual plans.
Yes, that becomes more and more frequent the further down you get. Up here, they're probably about 70% accurate. So you are going to be capable of telling people where the like the hive rail stops are, and all that kind of jazz, really.
Okay, great.
So can you make a navigation check to with a +10 bonus because of your map to try and figure out where you might find a medical supplies vendor?
Okay, is this? Yeah, it doesn't really matter. I pass. Just.
Right, yeah. You reckon it's a bit of a walk. That you could either walk the entirety of the way, which will take you an hour and a half, meaning unless it takes exactly a minute, you will be late.
Yep.
Or you can take the hive rail and make it in 20 minutes.
Logical interjection. Journey time significantly decreased by taking hive rail 3 stops east.
Inquire about reliability of hive rail. Any delays, anything. We must be in and out within 25 minutes.
Approximately 78% of journeys fall outside of acceptable time delay limits. This is 12 minutes or more late. Average journey time for expected journey will be 21 minutes and 12 seconds.
In comparison to 1 foot.
Approximately 96 minutes.
Hive rail seems like a better idea. Where's the nearest station?
Approximately 4.5 minutes due west.
Lead the way.
I do so following the data slate.
Okay.
During this entire time, I'm kind of like still scanning around the area, looking for anyone who even thinks about going for us.
Yeah, as I say, it's not the definition of a rough neighborhood in 40k is, every neighborhood is rough. This is mid to upper hive, so.
Yeah. Well, he's kind of used to being down in the underhive, so he's used to being like always on edge.
Then you're going to be finding it very strange up here because the people that you're seeing are not behaving as you think that people should behave. They are, people are living what we would term reasonably normal lives. Which look completely Xeno to you.
So basically, it's like going from, Detroit to London.
Yeah, or
Probably
Surrey.
a bit harsh on Detroit.
Yeah, or Surrey possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, mate. Detroit is in the shitter. It is.
Yeah.
It is not good at the moment.
Yeah. So his basic thing is though, Flack is so unused to people even like kind of smiling at him. He's kind of a bit off.
Oh, don't get me wrong. We're still in the grimdark universe. There's nobody smiling at you.
Well, you know what I mean, in comparison to what it was.
Yeah. And you board the train, the hive rail, and set off. You have the compartment to yourself. It must be a fairly quiet time of day. At the next stop, 4 arbiters get on, and at the next stop after that, 4 what look like gangers get on. And they kind of sandwich you. They're not like really close, but there's cops at one end and gang members at the other end.
I kind of quietly whisper to Septimus, calculate probability of assault between arbiters and local gang force. whispering it to him.
Excessive variables. Impossible to be accurate.
A rough idea.
I dislike the term rough idea. Probability range between 5 and 95%.
Oh well. Yeah, just in case I'll burn them all. Purge them from this system.
This seems counterproductive.
Oh, let's just hope they don't start anything.
Affirmative.
Sorry, Ben, can I do almost like an intimidation check with the mask? Because like the mask is kind of pretty well known in the Underhive.
On the
like
cops,
stories.
Are you doing the intimidate on the cops or the gangers?
On the gangers, the fact he's still wearing the mask, and there have been stories of like this kind of eagle-headed man, slaughtering people by the hundreds in the Underhive.
Okay.
So that's almost like an intimidation check.
Yeah, no, make your roll, mate.
Okay. Okay, I got a 36. So I'm not sure what that would actually be rolled against, because...
So it'll go against your intimidate.
Okay.
Which is under interrogation in your skills list. It's based off strength.
Okay.
So, are you trained in intimidate?
Well, what was it? I put a couple of points into interrogate, didn't I?
Yeah.
Bugger. Well, I put in 2 points into interrogate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
are you trained in intimidate?
No, I don't think I am. Where's my fucking character sheet? Bugger. Because you find the damn thing first.
One sec, I'll put it here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't think I'm trained in intimidate, but I'm trained in interrogate.
No, you're not trained in intimidate. So you'll be rolling against your strength, which is 30, but because it's an untrained skill, you'll be getting minus 20, I believe, for an untrained skill.
Fuck.
So you've got to roll under 10. So 36 is 2 degrees of failure.
2 degrees of failure. Yeah.
Right, Septimus, you watch with mechanical horror as Flack kind of leans back on his metal hive rail seat, and his stub revolver. He kind of like half jauntily waves his stub revolver at the gangers at the other end, and then kind of comes forward again and hides it again. The arbiters at the other end of the car watch this happen, and are looking slightly bemused, and like they don't really realise what they've just seen. And then one of them starts walking down the carriage towards you.
Okay.
His hand is going to his sort of holster, which holds his shock maul, and his companions are looking like they're ready to back him up.
Was this the gangers or the Arbites?
The arbiters, yeah.
Alright.
Citizen, can I see your permit for that weapon?
Walk away, my friend. You're invading into an undercover investigation.
What the fuck did you just say to me?
Well, these guys kind of like planetary, or are they like Arbites, sent around all over the place kind of people?
They're planetary.
Listen to me. Walk away now. I'm part of the Adeptus Arbites. If you're going against me, you're going against a holy order. You're going against the Emperor. Your best bet's to walk away.
Show me your fucking badge, citizen.
What part of undercover don't you understand? He's not even like looking at him. He's kind of like almost looking away from him.
Take off that mask so we can get a good look at you.
You don't want me to take off the mask? Trust me.
Hey, fuckwit, take off the mask or we'll beat it off you. The other arbiters are gathering round now. One of them looks at you, Septimus. What are you looking at, metal man?
Query.
Don't talk to my associate like that.
Oh yeah? What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, it won't be me, but do you want the whole wrath of the Omnissiah? This is an envoy of Mars. Trust me.
The lights in the rail carriage go out. Neither of you have encountered this before, and the hive rail seems to drift and begin to slow down, just as the power. It happens to be going at a flat angle, and it just runs out of juice basically. And in the darkness, you hear from the other end of the carriage where the gangers were. Arbiters, come out to play, yay!
Right. Okay, I basically activate my night vision goggles in my mask.
Alright, you see the gangers creeping up towards where the arbiters are, and the arbiters are, three of them are focused on you, and one of them is focused on Septimus.
Oh wait, is the lights gone out, or is it all good?
The lights have gone out, yeah.
Okay, so we're in darkness. Okay, I pull out my stub revolver and basically fire at the gangers.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, make a ballistics check.
Okay, what am I rolling against?
What range is this, Ben?
Short.
Okay, so it's plus 10 as well as...
Add that. Alright, sorry, bear with me. Where's Flat gone? Yeah, I had that a minute ago. Fuck. Sorry about this. It's not getting annoying now.
Hang on a sec. Let me just send it to you again.
Yeah, cheers. So I was looking for that a minute ago. Okay. Pew. Yes. Wait a minute, I've got it on my bloody phone. I forgot about that. Okay, ballistic skill 30. I don't impose a penalty because I've got the night vision, don't I? So.
Yep. And you're getting plus 10 for a normal attack.
Okay.
And plus 10 for short range.
Plus 10 for short range. And are you gonna? You drew it and fired it, didn't you? So those are your actions, yeah. So you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like aiming center mass of the biggest of them.
Yeah. So you've got to roll under 50.
Okay. Hopefully I'm lucky. Okay, I got 15, so that's 4 degrees of success.
Yeah. Unless you're using something like power attack, degrees of success don't actually give you anything. But
all right.
Anyway, that is a successful hit. I'm going to treat him as flat-footed, so no reaction.
Okay.
So roll damage.
Okay.
In fact, sorry, these guys are mooks. This is
so they're
silly.
not even armored.
No. The stub revolver round slams through his chest and out the back, and there is one ricochet before the bullet dies out.
Okay.
And the flash that lit up the cabin for a moment, sort of semi blinded you, but not permanently. Septimus, because you were kind of like looking at him, when this all kicked off, you know that he's the one that fired the first shot.
Okay.
The arbiters all draw their weapons and begin just pumping rounds down the carriageway. The gangers go sort of like semi down in a hail of bullets, but a few of them pull out. One of them pulls out a shotgun and levels it right down the middle and pulls the trigger. The pellets fly past both of you as the spread just misses you both and takes out 2 of the arbiters. They don't die; they're just horribly maimed.
So they're dead, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Dead
it's
to
going to
their
take them a while. And then these one of the guys, the guy that initially talked to you, Flack, is still up, and you see him pick his target in the night, in the dark, sorry, and pull the trigger. And
Wait,
he gets a lucky shot.
I was going to say before he pulls the trigger, I'm just like little to the left, little to the right. So aiming for him.
I don't think anyone can hear anything that anyone else is
okay.
saying because
All right.
it's a metal box with people firing weapons in. It's
Fair enough.
and the gangers go down. As I say, 2 of the arbiters are down, and with a kind of like a flicker, the lights come back on, and the train begins pulling off as if nothing, like pulling, carrying on.
Yeah, Flack is basically already back in his seat, like he hadn't moved. Almost.
There are various wails and screams from the injured and dying around you.
Query: do your companions require medical attention?
I told them to walk away.
This was to the abattoirs, by the way.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm kind of like speaking behind you. It's like I told them to walk away.
Yes, citizen. Yes, they do.
Affirmative. Please stand back.
He indicates to his companion, "Watch them," and he stalks down the carriage and double taps each of the gangers.
Okay.
You ruined you ruined a 7-month investigation, you stupid bastard.
If you don't show me your fucking badge, you'll end up like this too.
How many times do I have to tell you? I'm undercover. If I showed you my badge in front of these people who we have been hunting for a long damn time, it would ruin the entire concept of being undercover.
These people are dead. These people are dead, citizen. Show me your badge or we're taking you in.
Okay, basically before we left, I actually nicked, bollocks. Yeah, I basically nicked the Arbiter's badge.
There's no way Romulus would let you nick his badge.
There's part of his armour as well. Yeah. It's not really possible.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Listen, are you trying to tell me, whilst doing the Emperor's work, that required me to be undercover, to carry a fucking badge with me, which could easily be discovered by my enemies, used against me to get me killed? Have you ever worked undercover before?
Ben, sorry, while he's shouting at the dude, as I'm going over to assess the medical situation, can I bring up stuff on my data slate to make it seem like we've received some legitimate orders? For example, like a form or an essentially order request from
like a high judge or something.
With a tech use test.
You can have a go. Whether or not it'll fly with this, what is essentially a beat cop, is another matter though.
Mm-hmm. So what kind of difficulty do you want that test to be on?
Probably a -20 because you'll be attempting to fabricate something for a court you know nothing about.
Sure.
And and as I say, it's no guarantee of actual success, just being able to fabricate it.
Okay, so I rolled a 1.
Okay.
The only time I've ever done that in all the times I've played Dark Heresy. So that's 4 degrees of success.
Okay. You pull up something that's almost, you would certainly think would pass for a warrant of some kind on gangers in the Middle Hive.
I wordlessly, as I bend down to start working on these arbiters, pass the data slate to Flack.
Can I take it? Obviously, I've kind of take it off him, keeping my eyes on the arbiter, basically grabbing it, taking it off him over my shoulder, and forcing it into his hands. My hand's still with a pistol in it.
There is he is pointing his gun at you now. Drop the weapon.
Gun.
Drop the weapon now. Drop
Get
it.
that gun out of my fucking face.
Drop the weapon.
Get it out of my face.
I'm gonna give you a second to drop that weapon, otherwise I am pulling this trigger.
Okay. Before I'm just kind of looking him in the eyes. Basically, I'm just looking him in the eyes. It's just like, almost Well, go and get.
Whatever you're doing, you've got a second to do it, because this man.
Okay.
You have no doubt that this man is serious.
I holster the weapon.
He visibly relaxes, not to an insane degree. Just he's not. His finger isn't about to pull the trigger anymore. and takes the data slate off you in his left hand, keeping the gun pointed at you in his right.
Okay, right. As well, while he's reading the thing, it's just like, listen, friend. I know I understand you're only doing your job, but I can't break my character. You understand why I'm getting angry with you, and I'm sorry. But when you're
just shut up and let me read.
When you're well, can I just do this as a fellowship role? When you're flown from the other side of the galaxy, to some planet like this, obviously you don't know the local. You won't know the local customs. You won't understand the basics of the local establishment. So I'm just going to roll my fellowship.
This is probably a charm.
Okay.
It's a charm roll. So.
Okay, charm. Oh shit. Okay, well I don't actually know charm, so. But I did roll an 11, so.
Charm or they don't have persuasion in this, do they?
It's probably charm.
It is definitely charm, mate.
Well, I rolled an 11 anyway, so.
And what's your?
My fellowship is 39 minus 10 for charm or 20 for charm?
Minus 20 for charm. So that's what did you roll? 11.
Yeah, I rolled an 11.
Oh, that is still a pass then.
Yeah. So I'm just kind of like I basically go and actually pat him on the shoulder, almost like saying, "Listen, I understand you're doing your job. You're doing it well. Just don't get arsy when people tell you that they're undercover."
I really wouldn't move if I were you. I'm going to impose further penalties if you're going to get up at him and start touching him.
Okay. Well, all right. Yeah.
This guy was ready to shoot you in the face.
Then. Yeah.
Right. So you kind of gently talking to him as he's reading. This would need to be verified by a judge.
Okay.
He looks at his companions that almost certainly would have bled out in this carriage, were it not for Septimus's Medicae knowledge.
I made 2 good rolls on that, by the way, Ben.
No, I assumed, seeing as you've got to roll under 93, that you passed those rolls.
Okay, listen, friend. I wouldn't take this to a judge because he will tell you the exact same thing. He'll just be.
I don't know where you've been or what you've done, but you need to watch your fucking mouth, boy. Now, you've said the right things, you've given me the right documents, but don't think for a second that you have bypassed me. It is your friend here that has got you out of this situation. Now, you are gonna get off this hive rail at the next stop, and if I ever see you again, I will shoot first and then ask questions. Do you fucking understand me, metalhead?
Well, you better hope see you next.
What did you just say to me?
Well, I basically mumble it under my breath.
I didn't hear you.
I said, hopefully I'll get to see you another day. Because you seem like a stand-up lad. Anyway, we've only got one more stop to go anyway.
Get off the fucking train.
It's still moving, mate.
The train pulls into its station.
Okay. Okay, you gentlemen have a nice patrol. We'll hopefully see you again another time.
Septimus.
I kind of stand up, presumably covered in blood.
Oh yeah.
Query. Location of nearest medical expertise.
We're going to a medical pavilion, friend.
I was asking this to the Arbites.
Oh, okay.
I was assuming that you'd already got off the train with them.
Okay, right, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. I can just leave. That's fine.
Yeah. We ain't going near any actual legitimate medical pavilion. The stuff you want, won't be able to get it from there.
Sorry, I called this drug Fade earlier. It's actually Trank, and it's really fucking abundant.
It's abundant, is it? Right.
Yeah.
I thought about like stim and stuff like that.
That's also common.
Oh. Fucking hell, I really need to look at the drugs in this.
Alright, so you can probably get that from any tuck shop nearby.
Yeah. What do you need? What do you need the truck? What do you need Trank for? As we're like walking towards it.
Occasionally, subjects in great pain will resist treatment.
Well, if they resist treatment, the Emperor will sort them out.
Query. I have never observed direct divine interjection on behalf of patient who has received treatment.
As in they die. They
That
all
is
die
correct.
in the end.
That is correct. What is the logical point that you are making?
If these people love the Emperor enough, they wouldn't have got killed. The Emperor would have intervened. Simple as that.
Query, should then all wounded soldiers be left to die?
They knew what they were getting into.
This is wasteful and unnecessary when application of minor medical techniques will increase lifespan and effectiveness.
We've got more soldiers than they've got bullets, mate. Now you get your medical supplies. I need to find something.
Query, location of item you are wishing to obtain.
Won't be available on the standard market, mate.
Query.
So you've kind of entered a bazaar of sorts with various strange emporiums selling, probably drugs and anything that you might find in a hive, really. The smells that you usually associate with a hive are somewhat intensified in this area because there's a concentration of people as they swoop in and out. There's almost more bodyguards than shop guards than there are customers. But you don't see any trouble because of this. But this is probably because you're up in the middle hive. You see a few patrols wandering through of obviously the planetary police force.
Right.
They eye up the man in the mask as if they've been tipped off. And you, Septimus, see a medical drugs vendor. He's got what could be like a noodle stand, but instead he's dishing out pills and inhalers and all the rest of it.
Okay, what do people seem to be paying with?
Gelt. Is it Gelt? Gelt?
Gelt, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
Gelt.
presumably I would have. That's fine.
Yep.
I approach the vendor.
He was working on something. He looks up and he's got a set of spectacles with a further magnifier over one eye, giving him one huge eye. Also, it appears.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, friend.
Query: do you have levels of trank and stim in stock?
My stores are full.
Affirmative. I require 3 vials of trank and 3 vials of stim, as well as ubiquitous medical supplies.
These and more I can provide. You begin bartering. Can you roll me a fellowship, please?
Is this... Sorry, I thought this was a requisition test.
That's only if you're using your influence.
That's what I was planning on doing, so...
Do you have any influence on this planet?
I was planning... Well... Sorry, I assumed it was the same thing as what we're talking about.
I've looked at these rules, and they don't make any sense.
I was going to do something like offer to fix some of his technical equipment in return.
Well,
okay, that's fine. If you want to put that on the table, I'd be willing to give you a bonus to your roll here.
Yeah.
But basically, these are hive worlders, so they are going to take you for everything that they can take you for.
Sorry, I don't have any money, so there will be...
If you don't have any money, then you're going to be fixing a lot of stuff, basically. So it's going to take time, and time is short for you. But if you could roll fellowship and add. Do you have a tech use? Do you have that as trained or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. Treat it as fellowship with tech use skill.
Okay, so tech use, but using my fellowship as...
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's still plus 30. Yes, that's a pass with 2 degrees of success.
2 degrees of success. Okay. You barter for basically 20 minutes of your time fixing his various bits and pieces. He has like a big sign which you fix within minutes, and various dispensaries and sort of like mixing stations. I mean, obviously, you being a
You
chemist,
basically pimped his stall.
yeah, you being a chemist, could you give me an example of something that futuristically would need someone like you to fix it?
All sorts of things. So you probably have an auto sampler. So this is this a dude who's making stuff?
Yeah, he's making stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you have all sorts of things. So you'd want some kind of analytical equipment to make sure that what you're making is actually, what you think it is. You'd need the actual just standard mixing and measuring equipment, which isn't as simple as it sounds. You almost certainly require some kind of stirring apparatus, and you require to be able to store things, which is all getting quite difficult. So you'd want vented cabinets and all sorts of things.
So you're going to sort of tweak and align his gear and his equipment and calibrate his scales and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. He's kind of buzzing around you for the duration, kind of going, ooh, and various outbursts and squeals of delight. And by the time you leave, he's looking like the most pimped out stall in the entire bazaar.
By the way, during this entire time,
so what have you been doing, Flack?
During this entire time, I've been like, are there like any actual physical like brick and mortar shops, or is this all just things, stalls?
Say again?
Is this all been like physical, as well as stalls? Are there like any physical like brick and mortar shops, if you will?
It's kind of a mix between both, really. So, like a Northern African market type, but in the 40k universe.
Okay, well, I use my understanding of the underworld to look for like anywhere that sells black market goods.
Okay.
So
that's a black market knowledge check, I assume.
I thought that'd be underworld because black market's connected with the.
Of course, yeah, underworld.
Yeah. Okay, so 34. Okay, 26. So that's 1 degree of success.
Okay, you find a guy who is selling oddities, and his shop is surprisingly busy considering people aren't leaving with the stuff that he appears to be selling.
Hello there, friend. Nice shop you have there. Do you have any more, bit more specialist stock?
You're looking for something I can't sell you, is that right?
Well, I know about the stuff you can't sell me. I'm talking about the stuff that will land you 36 years in a penal colony and possibly execution.
You some kind of Arbite.
Do I look like a fucking Arbite?
Arbites come in many shapes and sizes, and you're wearing a mask.
Well, the Aquila of the Underhive is no longer in the Underhive, if you know what I mean. Hopefully...
The Aquila died. Don't try and fuck with me, punk.
You heard stories about the man with the Aquila's head? Be standing in front of you.
Died in a tunnel collapse. You just happened to be wearing a funny hat.
I know exactly what they used to say down there. Watch me burn.
A million punks know that.
Yeah, but I saw about 99.99999% of them burst into flames.
Look, friend, this isn't some kind of dick-waving competition. If you want to buy something, buy something. If not, get the fuck out of my stall.
Right. Is there any like shop security here?
Yeah, there's 4 or 5 guys.
Right.
You're not entirely sure exactly how many because, as I said previously,
oh yeah, there's a lot of people.
There's a lot of people.
Listen, friend. My associates have your family. Show me the illegal shit.
What are you talking about?
You don't understand who I'm working for.
I don't have a family.
Oh, yes, you do, my friend.
No, I don't.
I don't come into a place like this. I don't get sent here by the fucking underlords.
Why would the Aquila be working with the underlords? What? Get out of my stall, you fucking madman!
Just show me the stuff. I'm basically leaning closer and closer to him every time I talk.
The 5 guards are drawing closer now.
Get your friend. You don't realise, mate. I've got enough explosives on me to level an entire city block, an entire hive block. Get your friends away from me. Tell me what I want to know.
I don't even know what you want. You've just come in here and lied to me. Told me I've got a
Demolition
family when I don't
charges,
have a...
Specialist ammunition. Flak grenades, crack grenades, that kind of stuff. The stuff I know for a fact, steal from Imperial Guard supply lines and Planetary Defense Force supply lines.
I do no such thing.
The markings outside your door. They gave you away.
Kids graffiti. Now fuck off.
Kids graffiti. Alright. Sorry, is it right if I do another underworld check?
If you're trying to intimidate him, you should probably roll intimidate.
Okay.
You already know that those signs are black market signs.
Yeah. Okay, at this point, I pull out one of these fire bombs and light the fuse. So, intimidate. 1. So I pull out this fire bomb and light the fuse above my head.
Okay. So let's go into structured time, because the 5 guards are going to pull their weapons.
Okay. Right. So agility. Okay. I got a 3. Well, I got a 3 plus my bonus, so that's a 7, I assume.
Yeah. Let me just roll for them. Right, they're going at 7 plus their bonus, which is 3, so 10. And the store owner gets 10, even though he's only got... So he goes 12. So the store owner is going first.
Okay.
He's going to use both actions to scurry away into the back room. You hear the sounds of a what sounds like a metal security door closing behind the apparent rickety door.
Okay.
So he's clearly gone to like some kind of safe house bunker, safe room kind of area, panic room kind of area. I'm going to take him out of the initiative order.
Okay.
The 5 guards are all going to level their weapons at you, and
Okay, how close are the 5 guards to each other?
they're in various areas of the stall in about a semicircle away from you.
Okay, right. Well, basically, I throw my...
Hang on, it's not your turn, mate. It's
okay.
structured time. So the guards will level. Right, the first guy gets 21, so you'll get a reaction against the first guys, which is a dodge.
Okay. Right, so that's my agility, then.
Yeah, with any training in dodge you have.
Okay, dodge. I know it, so...
Yeah, that's fine. So it's just your agility you're trying to roll under.
Okay, 9.
9, that's good. Okay,
Yep.
so the first guy levels his hand cannon, and we blast a hole in what would have been the back of your head, but you twist out of the way.
Okay.
And the next 4 guys also will all fire. Second guy misses with a 77.
Alright.
Next guy misses with an 86. Third guy gets a... the next guy gets a 1. So he's hit you.
Alright.
So that's 4 done, isn't it? And then... that's a 19, so that's also a hit. Right. What's the hit locations for those numbers? So you got a 1 on you, which will be a 10.
Head.
That's a headshot.
Fuck.
And a 19, which is the right arm. So the first one's damage is a hand cannon. So that's 1d10 plus 4. Impact 10. That's 14 damage with pen 2. So that was 14 damage to the head with pen 2. Are you wearing? Does your helmet give you any armor value or not?
I'm not sure if we agreed on any armor value.
I don't think we did actually. It's not actually a piece of armor, is it?
Makes sense to be a bit of armor.
I don't want to be that guy, but Ben, did
Yeah.
you roll a 10 on the damage dice?
Oh yeah, it's Righteous Fury, isn't it?
Yeah.
You motherfucker. I don't want Flack to die, I
88.
like him.
He doesn't confirm.
Alright.
So that's 14 damage to the head with no armor value to stop it. So it's just your toughness. I assume pen doesn't minus from toughness.
No, it's just armor.
Okay,
armor.
so 3, so fuck.
So 11 damage to your head. So which is the first one on the critical.
Yeah. Fuck.
Why did you start a fight, man? I know it's
Because it's psychotic.
I know it's
it was-
your guy. I know it's your guy.
Yeah.
Let's just find the impact. It's impact. Yeah, it's impact. Not rending. That would be awful.
He's gonna die.
Uh,
If this second bullet does like a total of like 5 damage to you, it's gonna...
can you take a toughness check, please?
Okay. I love you, dice. 7. So that is 4 degrees of success.
Okay, so you don't suffer the fatigue, but you're on the first level of critical damage. So basically, your head is... You hear lots of guns fire, and all of a sudden your head is filled with a terrible ringing noise.
Right.
The next guy's damage is 8 plus 4, 12 to your right arm, which you do definitely have armor on your right arm.
Yeah, I've got armor on my right arm, which is 2. Well,
2,
5 points of armor on my arm, then a bonus of 2, I assume.
Okay, the pen,
5 flak.
the pen 2 actually of the weapon takes that off.
Okay.
Flak, your the second bullet hits you in the arm. It's dealing you 12 damage, so you have armor 2 on that location, but the hand cannon has penetration 2, so that's disregarded. So you're dealt your toughness bonus comes off the damage, which is 12, putting it down to 9, which puts you on 10 critical damage on your right arm.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna read out the effect of that. In a rain of blood, gore, and meat, the target's arm is removed from his body. Screaming incoherently, he twists about in agony for a few seconds before collapsing to the ground and dying.
Fuck!
The bone, chunks of flesh, and clothing and armor fragments fly about like blood-soaked shrapnel. Each target within 2 meters suffers a single hit for 1d5 minus 3 impact damage to a randomly determined hit location. So basically, the guys that just killed you all take a bit of damage for doing so. Bits of your arm flies into their eyes, and crotches and groins and various customers go down. Then the firebomb hits the ground.
Oh, yep.
And lights this bazaar up. Septimus, you finish your work. By the way, at this point, you kind of you can burn a fate, whatever they're called,
Fate point. Right, yeah.
fate point to survive a lethal injury.
I'll burn him. If it comes to it, I'm burning both fate points because I ain't want Flack go down.
All right, you only need to burn 1. It's fine.
Okay, I'll burn 1.
And you turn around, and one of the shops, a fireball comes out of it, Septimus.
Okay.
And then various kind of alarms set off, and out of the rubble and smoke, a one-armed Flack crawls his way out, bleeding horrifically and screaming.
Okay, I run over as much as I can run,
Yeah.
which is not very much.
Okay.
And apply emergency first aid.
Right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump us back to the room. You know, where Romulus and Vlad are.
Okay.
And you guys are going to be kicking in the door with the emergency first aid already done, but the bulk of the work still needing to be done because you just needed to get out of there.
So how exactly does it work in terms of Flack's damage? Is he still on 10 critical damage? He just hasn't
he's still on
died.
10 critical damage, but he hasn't
Okay.
died. So if you figure that out, we'll just do the bit where you guys arrive.
Yeah, great.
Vlad, you awaken. Romulus is sat outside, digesting his early morning bowl of mum.
Morning, Vlad.
Good morning. What? I feel like I've been asleep for a long time.
We thought we'd better let you rest. Flack was going on about how he needed to go and buy something, or... I'm not entirely sure. He's not all there. But I sent Septimus with him, and Septimus seems to have his head screwed on right, so I assume they haven't got into too much trouble. They should be back any minute.
You should not have let that man in public. He's
He'll be
not
fine.
safe.
He'll be fine. I know people, and my gut instinct tells me that that man is worth his salt, and he will not do anything to endanger this group or this operation.
Well, I'm going to trust you as an ex-man of the law.
So we're gonna head to the Upper Hive today.
Sounds good to me. I will need to replace some of my fineries, of course. I'm looking a mess.
There's some nice clothes in the closet back there. The captain of the Magnus was a dapper gent.
I will take a look. Thank you.
Alright, you kind of have like another like 10 minutes of you like trying on clothes with Romulus kind of... You know, like in those montages in rom-coms where brides try on dresses, or like women go and try on dresses and their gay best friend is sat outside.
Yeah.
It's like that, but grimdark, and Romulus is that gay best friend, and the most praise you ever get is and him lighting up a glow stick. After about 10 minutes, the door, there's a huge noise on the door of like metal hitting metal, and Romulus goes over to it and opens it. Septimus, you enter, sort of semi-carrying Flack in with your real arms and your one metal arm.
Okay, Flack, for my first aid, you were healed for 9.
Okay, so what's that now?
I can't do heal you again for 24 hours.
Okay.
Septimus and Flack, can you describe yourselves to?
So
Vlad?
I'm undoubtedly covered in blood.
Flack is missing an arm.
All right, come on, hang on.
Also
hang on,
covered in
Ed,
blood.
Let Septimus finish.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So I'm undoubtedly covered in blood, especially my mechadendrite arm, which is the Medicaid one. And I appear, if possible, slightly stressed. I'm sweating quite heavily from the physical exertion. Clearly not used to it. Breathing hard. Other than that, luckily for me, the robes I'm wearing are already blood-coloured, so the stains aren't too bad. And I drop Flack onto the nearest available soft surface.
Flack,
Scream
can you
through
describe
the-
yourself?
Okay, Flack is, well, as well as the severe change to his appearance, looking like a hive ganger, he is now missing an arm, covered in blood, and just writhing around in pain. He's almost like, the thing is though, it's not like kind of a normal person writhing in pain. This is almost animalistic. It's kind of like clawing around at stuff, then going to grab his stump, then clawing around again, kicking his feet around. Yeah.
Vladimir, you are reminded of the injury that Keller took.
What is with this planet and people's arms? What happened to him?
I am not certain. I was acquiring medical supplies and witnessed an explosion. Logical assumption is that companion Alpha Flack acted aggressively in keeping with his current state of mind.
That will not be a surprise to me. Make my way over and have a closer look, see if he looks salvageable.
Well, you saw Keller die from this wound. Like, she literally died in your arms, basically. So,
Slide in your arms tonight.
But this man is titanium.
Oh dear.
Well, he's taking it better because he's used to kind of being in severe pain, but this is beyond even his.
This from the man that's writhing about a self-described animalistic way.
He's used to losing arms. I see.
Well, he's used to kind of like withstanding pain, but this is beyond even him, so he's acting almost like animalistically.
So basically, if you Vlad, if you'd seen this on the battlefield, you'd think this man was dead. But good old what a useful chrome dome over there appears to have salvaged him to a certain degree.
I'm just trying to decide whether to give him the good old Imperial Guard send-off.
No, he's definitely going to live.
Yeah.
Okay, worth saving the last shot then.
Save the charge, Pat. Right, so Septimus, I think you're probably going to need to give him a tranquilizer before he bites through his own mouth.
Yeah, I probably would have. The most appropriate thing to get him back to the hab would probably have been a stim injection.
You will have found that your stim and various injections weren't taking exactly the same effect as you would have thought. This patient clearly is on various different medications, and his core physiology is altered somehow.
Okay, so the normal effect of stim is that for 3d10 rounds, the character ignores any negative effects to his characteristics from damage, critical damage, and fatigue, and cannot be stunned. When the stim wears off, the character suffers a -20 penalty to strength, toughness, and agility test for 1 hour, and gains 1 level of fatigue. I don't know how you want to alter that.
I think basically that will have come under. You've stopped the bleeding, and with the stim, you stopped him from passing out. But he occasionally started writhing around, and then he could walk fine for a few minutes, and insisted on doing so, and then would collapse and writhe around. And he's currently in a writhing around stage.
Okay.
So in your medical opinion, this man needs to be tranquilized, even if it does put him into a coma, because he's going to do himself some damage here.
Okay, I inject him with one of my just newly acquired doses of tranq. Then that doesn't have any specific effects. It just says that it numbs the body and mind, which provides a very different feeling than being drunk, though the end effect is similar.
Yeah, I think we can probably roll with this, and this drug has an alarmingly potent effect on Flack, and he goes rigid for a moment and then softens all over and relaxes into the sofa where you put him, seemingly asleep.
Logical interjection. Probability of patients surviving such an injury is less than 1%. Subject is clearly physically extremely superior.
Back in a sec.
I'll say.
I've seen injuries like this many times in the guard, and of course, more recently, I've seen it kill people who are hard. Can he make it? But
Affirmative.
really, can he make it?
Affirmative. Medical aid applied immediately, and he has not died of shock. Therefore, immediate danger is over. He is still badly wounded, but further care will render him physically fit and available for combat.
It will take time for him to heal.
Perhaps 24 hours until further care can be applied.
I've seen men go up with less than one missing arm, and of course they can be replaced, so
Affirmative.
we cannot
It is-
leave him.
It is a blessing from the Omnissiah to replace the flesh with metal.
I'm sure. We cannot leave him. I mean, his mind is going to be addled when he wakes. Someone will have to stay with him, at least for the time being. Did you learn anything new while I was resting?
Negative. Journey purpose was to acquire medical supplies.
Medical supplies you've
Then-
now used, I see.
I have used approximately 25% of the supplies obtained.
Good job. So what is the next move?
Logical interjection. Comments on previous evening suggested you were able to make connections with Upper Hive. Investigation from there.
You make a good point. Romulus, make yourself look smart.
Aye, aye, Captain.
We're going up. Do you wish to stay with your patient, or will you be joining us?
Ben, how well represented is the cult mechanicus on this hive? Is there a senior tech priest present?
There will be a senior tech priest. I don't think it's hugely. You've seen the power supports in this hive. The cult mechanics are not well represented here, I wouldn't say. There is probably a senior member here, but whether or not they're being useful or not is another matter.
Okay. It will be possible for me to exaggerate my rank if required. I may be of assistance in influential circles.
Excellent. Perhaps clean yourself a little.
Affirmative.
You have a little flack on you.
Affirmative.
Romulus sets his jaw.
Somebody's gonna stay with him. I'll stay here. You guys go up, see what it's like up there. And then when he's better, we'll come up. Or
Be wary.
Or you could go up and have a look like a periscope and then come back down. However you want to play it, Vlad. This is your investigation.
Thank you. You have 10 minutes to clean yourself up. Then we move.
Okay, I guess I do my best. But do we have a mirror? I assume not.
No, you do. This is. Remember, you're in the mid to upper sort of mid-level hive. This is the captain's quarters. So, yes, you do.
Okay. Clean myself up as best I can, I guess.
Okay. I mean, the last person to use this room was Flack when he was shaving his head to get the mohawk. So there's a lot of hair. So you might find yourself with like bits of hair stuck to you, maybe.
Okay.
But yes, you do manage to sharpen your image.
Okay, so just in case we do run into any Adeptus Mechanicus people,
Yep.
I'm also going to alter it's called the Noospheric Aura, which is basically my digital output so people with Mechanicus implants can kind of see information. It's kind of like presenting your Facebook profile or your LinkedIn profile.
Oh, right, okay.
Just so only Mechanicus people can see it.
Right,
And
you're altering it to what?
To alter my rank by about 4 or 5 places.
So you're giving yourself a bump.
Yeah, I'll probably have to do you want me to make a tech use test to do that? Or,
yeah, I do. It's going to be a fairly... I think you can probably do that as a fairly standard... They probably assume that people wouldn't do that, so it's...
Yeah, it's really... It's basically a tech priest who wasn't as unorthodox as me wouldn't do it.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So is this easy or is this
We'll go with easy. Yep.
Okay. Right. That's many degrees of success.
Good. You do so. Have you already completed your operation on Flack? He's ready to be.
He's effectively treat. So I'll just find Medicaid again. I can't remember exactly how long it takes. Okay, first aid takes. Maybe it's slow. It doesn't say how long it takes.
Okay. We'll just assume that you've been doing bits and pieces, but you've now washed the blood off you, haven't you? So you're probably not going to touch him again.
Yeah.
As you ready yourself to leave, Vlad and Septimus, Romulus has taken his place next to Flack. That was what you were planning to do, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I leave him my 2 other vials of trank and an injector.
2 other vials of trank and an injector. Okay. And as you do so, Flack,
Oh, yep.
you have a moment of lucidity and consciousness as this is happening.
Query.
So he's basically kind of like mumbling this. He's awake, but he's not aware of his surroundings. So, no, I don't want to go with the man. No.
Query.
The man is going to hurt me. No, I don't want to go. He basically just starts screaming for a couple of seconds before kind of almost going unconscious, but mumbling again. If that makes sense.
You were querying?
The query directed at patient. How do you feel? A warm bedside manner can assist in patient recovery.
I want to go with the man.
Excellent. Patient is not in shock. Survival chances high.
Oh, good.
So you're healed for 9 critical damage, Ed.
Right.
So you're only on like 1 critical damage at the moment.
Okay.
So you're not bleeding out or anything
Right.
at the moment.
Well, the kind of trank, as well as like knocking him out really quickly, does have some weird effects, and is kind of having flashbacks to before he was taken in by the Inquisition.
That sounds pleasant.
Mm.
I'm going to give you a big old meaty hand pat on the chest. Like,
You hang in there, soldier.
Basically, as soon as your hand like kind of hits my chest, I kind of grab it, look directly in your eyes, then just loosen the grip, and then just go back to sleep again.
Subject displays excellent motor control considering extent of injuries. He is a most interesting
Well, I guess
subject.
that's something. At least the one he has left is working.
If the subject dies, it would be most interesting to conduct an autopsy.
I'll leave that up to you.
So Flack, with this by burning this fate point, you've you're kind of you're kind of in this situation now. So I'm afraid Flack is probably out of it tonight. Right, Vladimir and Septimus, you exit the now extremely lived-in apartment. And Septimus, what do you say to each other as you leave?
Query: what is nature of connections in Upper Hive?
Well, I am a man of considerable wealth and can probably make a few friends. If we can find what was name of man you are mentioning is possibly selling weapons to lower havers.
Sorry, you're gonna have to give me a moment to get the original document up, which Ben sent us.
It's fine.
Ben, it's probably going to be quicker if you remember. Remind me
Yeah.
the name of the family. Oh, there is introduction. The son of the
eminent.
matriarch. Yeah.
The guy who's on the posters everywhere.
Yeah.
The name is Noctine Malice.
By the nature of your inquiry, I assume you mean Noctine Malice, son of the. Is she the Imperial Governor?
The Eminence Gladys Matriarch is the Imperial Governor, the absolute ruler on Malfi, despite the fact that she only inhabits the Hive Primus, which is the one that you're in.
Okay. Yep. Yeah. Sorry, sir. By the nature of your inquiry, I assume you mean Noctine Malice, son of the Eminence Gladys Matriarch, Imperial Governor of Malfi.
I think I do. Perhaps he is a man who likes to party.
That is potential.
A very wise man once told me that if you want to find the locals, you have to try a drinking establishment. They say we head up and find ourselves a bar.
Affirmative. Lift location approximately 12 minutes. Walk northwest.
That's very useful. Can you drink?
Affirmative. Why would I wish to?
That I cannot explain. I will have to show you.
By drink, do you mean crudely refined alcoholic beverage?
My friend, there is nothing crude about Vostroyan firewater.
Okay, you head towards the lift that will take you up to the upper hive. These are fairly heavily guarded because not just anyone can go up to the upper hive. That'd be ridiculous. The guards on the bottom of the gate, at the bottom of the lift are planetary police, like Septimus, like you've encountered this very day, except they are extremely clean-shaven, and their posture's all correct, and their uniforms look smart. These are Upper Hive police force. They take one look at Vlad in all of his 6'6" Vostroyan finery, and take no notice, basically. They have a second glance at, even though you've, as you put it, cleaned up. But your kind of the oddity of your raiment gets you through these initial guards, and you head inside. This first lift is bereft of anyone, but extremely. It's not plush, but it's sort of it's done out in like brass, like sort of steel, but picked out in brass, and there is a single mirror inside this lift. It's a sign of wealth to come, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you step out of it into the lowest section of the upper hive, and all of a sudden you are in a different world, my friends. In a completely different world. There is a chandelier. There is a huge atrium area. Red carpet stretching off into the distance. People next to fountains sitting around drinking stuff that smells enticing to you, Vlad. And as you watch, a lot of people are streaming towards a single set of elevators, but not in a sort of like riotous way, just as in like partygoers going to a party kind of way. They're all dressed up to the nines. Probably neither of you have seen anything like this. Vlad, of course, you come from noble stock, but hive worlds get weird at the highest level, and fashion is its own monster, which constantly evolves. There are people wearing anything you can possibly imagine, including stuff that implies nothing. Sort of rhinestone waistcoats on a few men. People imitating odd chaos fashions, which you initially balk at, but they appear to be in sort of like a jokey, comic kind of fashion way. There is a huge amount of jewellery. The wealth of this crowd could feed the entirety of the Underhive, and there's only about 40 people queuing for this lift. Do you join the queue?
This looks like our place.
Affirmative.
Come on, you can be my date.
The lift doors open and everyone fits inside. It's a huge, huge elevator. Plush seating everywhere. Purple upholstered, of course. And the party starts with people passing around various stimulants and drugs and bottles of alcohol. Not in a sort of like, tramp, here, share my hard liquor kind of way, but people performing drinking games or like bravos, men trying to be courageous by drinking more than their own body weight, and you are swiftly kind of ushered into the group in a way, mainly because you're both fairly striking, and people will strike up a conversation with you just because then they can have said, "You'll never guess who I bumped into," and you will be a story for them to tell.
Yeah.
And you quickly get drafted in, and your prodigious drinking ability is put to the test. Can you give me a fortitude check, please? Which would be toughness, wouldn't it, in this setting?
Yes. 2 degrees of failure.
It's bubbly. You've never had an alcoholic drink that's bubbly before. It's strange. It's interesting on the tongue. You kind of find it odd. It tastes almost like a children's drink of some sort, and you don't even notice when you become drunk. It's that insidious. Septimus, can you do you partake?
No.
You do not partake.
No, I look at the ball in confusion the first time and pass it to the next person.
This is quickly sort of seen that you're doing this, and you get crowds of what you assume are attractive young ladies attempting to entice you with drink, and they are promising you the world if you take a single sip.
Come on, Chromodome. Live a little while do a dance.
Query, I am currently most certainly alive. I do not understand your point.
Is you can all the time be on the machine and the beep 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 like that. It's cool. It's cool. It's very cool. These ladies are cool. You're cool. Everybody's cool. Are you cool, Septimus?
Affirmative. It is 2 degrees cooler than average temperature of planet in this room.
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
The gaggle of dilettantes also laugh hysterically at your outlandish humour.
He learned that from me. I taught him how to do a joke.
Another bottle is thrust into your hands, Vladimir.
Oh, thank you. Oh, it's good. I like your face. Where can I buy one?
They don't make them like me, honey.
Not on my planet, no.
I am 30% natural.
As much as that.
Query.
She pushes a friend forwards. This bitch is 5.
Query, what is the nature of your synthetic components?
I don't know, silly. My father pays for them.
Oh, honey, you're looking so good.
You need to get that voice box alteration, Cynthia.
Oh, honey, you know. Hey, I told you it's not Cynthia anymore. It's Carla.
Yeah,
Oh, hello there, Mr. Mustache. How
I
are you?
have shot Xenos in the face. It was less threatening than what your mouth is doing now.
Oh, you should love it, really. Come with me, Mr. Mustache. I'll show you a good time.
Have you ever been to Tau Planet? They're strange men, got blue face and hoof feet. It's not make no sense.
Oh, trust me, that's the least of their worries.
I'm gonna start flexing. He's drunk. He's gonna start showing off.
He's gonna start showing off.
Yeah.
That
Ow,
coat rides up as your enormous muscles.
Okay. Septimus is going to do his best here.
Okay.
I observe that you two ladies of the female persuasion are significantly
excuse me.
attractive.
Excuse me, I'm not female. I'm poly-bi-gender gay. Thank you very much.
Shut up, Carlos. He was paying as a compliment.
I just hate these people who just constantly get it wrong.
I said shut up, bitch. Go on, honey.
Oh, you.
Yeah, shut up, bitch. What?
Well, Mr. Mustache, you're not gonna get a nice review now.
I can't hear you over the explosions coming from the gun shop.
Oh, my.
Sorry.
Honey, you better call the vet, because those swans be sick.
I'm gonna pulse him right in and go.
On that note, the doors open and the partygoers spill out. There is extensive security here. Are any of you carrying weapons?
Almost certainly.
How many weapons are you carrying?
I would have my sword and my las pistol.
Okay. One of the guards. These look like private security types. Eyes you up. Looks at the bottle in your hand. Seems to dismiss you as a normal party goer, and nods you through. Imagine you had to go through a chevron of these guards, each of them like completely watching every guest that comes in. And then you are through these huge metal doors with. If you were slightly less drunk, you might be able to tell what was going on them. But they were kind of wrought iron structures, artistically bent and shaped to indicate some kind of show of power. And you're in. It transcends words exactly how amazingly wealthy this room is. There is wood in this room. There is actual wood in this room. And there's a lot of it because it's a huge room. One entire wall on your right is made of what you assume is like several inches thick glass, which somehow doesn't distort the view of the rest of the upper hive spires, which have poked out from that blue noxious cloud that you saw when you first entered Malfi. This is the first time you've seen daylight since you entered Malfi three and a bit weeks ago, and it pours in through these huge windows on the partygoers, who pass a further chevron of servants this time, each of them holding a golden platter up, on which is mounted lots of kind of like dust like sparkly, like fairy dust type stuff. And as they go past, they don't even look at the servants. They just take up a handful of it and eat it, inhale it, generally shove it into their faces. And each of them that does so gets kind of like glitter on their eyebrows and on their chin and down their chest. But you see their pupils instantly go boom and go wide. Do you partake?
I'll scoop some up but not eat it. I'm gonna sort of pretend a little bit, probably get some on my moustache, and then shove it in a pocket.
Okay, yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, I was also going to take some, but not even secrete it, just to put it in a pocket or a pouch.
Yeah, you've probably got one of those little sort of like Ziploc kind of
I
pockets.
assume I've got a fucking compartment or somewhere.
Yeah, like some kind of like airlocked pocket of some kind.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah, you keep a sample for future testings, and progress into the party. One man who was in the elevator with you takes a big gulp, and claps an arm on your shoulder. He's probably around sort of 5'10", 5'11", Vladimir.
Okay.
And a little bit kind of not running to fat, but he's just sort of like he's 40. He looks about 45.
Yeah.
And he's got the kind of weight of that kind of age. Fairly fit, but still age is catching up with him.
Yeah.
I've always loathed the necessity of sleep. Like death, it puts even the most powerful men on their backs. And he takes a second load. Welcome to the party. Do mingle.
Oh, thank you. I will mingle, most certainly. It's a pleasure to be meeting you. I'm going to thrust my right hand out toward him.
He takes it. You notice he's got a ring on his pinky. And for a man so much smaller than you, you're surprised at the grip. And the eyes lock with yours, and you feel, even in your drunken state, like you've just been weighed.
My name is Vladimir. Pleasure to meet you.
The name's Noctine.
It's a handsome name.
Why, thank you. My mother gave it to me.
Very kind of her. Excuse me. What is this bubbly beverage that you have?
It's called Vrasnos. And on Malfi, it's the finest drink. Do have some more.
Oh, thank you. So, is this, you come to many of these parties, Nocturne?
I do, yeah. No, I the majority of them are in fact hosted by me.
You are a man of many surprising traits, Mr. Nocturne. A fine handshake, a handsome name, and a good party. What more could you ask for, eh?
On Malfi, we have what we call diplomacy, which involves handshakes. We say, shake with your right hand and hold a rock in your left. Most of these people are my enemies.
Then perhaps you could do with a friend.
I'm glad you said that. I'm going to take you up on that offer. Please, enjoy the hospitality, and I'm going to send someone over to talk to you very soon.
Oh, that's good. You have a good night. I've lost my condom. I'll see you soon.
All right, now, good night.
Good night. I'm going looking for Septimus.
Septimus, you're still surrounded by those girls. Cynthia, stop touching him!
Oh, I can't help it.
So do you have to lubricate these joints?
Oh, I can help lubricate them.
What kind of lubricant? Does it take long?
A combination of ethylene glycate and manufacturer grade ethanol and manufacturer grade ethyl acetate combined
that's
with
so
various.
hot.
And are you vigorous?
Oh, yeah.
I do not understand the question.
Do you have to put it in deep?
No, that is incorrect method of application.
Tell me how you do it, Han.
Oh, yes, we both want to know.
Apply with applicator and move joint until fully greased.
Does it vibrate?
If correcting, if functioning correctly, the arm should not vibrate. No.
How about you join me and my sister in another room?
In another realm.
Another room, you silly boy.
Query: where is this room?
Oh, it's just a couple of floors up. Come on, sis, we'll show him if you want.
Wait, Cynthia! Noctine's about to do his speech!
Oh, we'll have to take a rain check.
At the other end of the room, you see a man is like halfway up some stairs leading to a second floor.
Query: you are acquainted with Noctine Malice?
Of course, honey. Everyone up here knows him. Do you not know him?
I mean, oh my god.
He is just the best. I can't wait until his mother dies.
Oh, yeah.
This
Yeah.
is Eminence Lady. Oh, I forgot her fucking name again.
Gladys, yes. No, Gladys. Yeah, she's old and she's not really useful anymore. But Noctine's gonna go places.
Remember what they were like with the other tits. Oh my god, I wanted them so bad.
They were good. They were good. Shush, Cynthia, shush.
It's Carla.
Can you explain the difference between Noctine and his mother? I am unacquainted with local politics.
Oh, sorry, sis. I'm gonna have to get up here because there's a cute little man over there giving out free drinks.
The man at the front of the crowd clapped his hands together. I want to thank you all for coming. I know it's not much, but I want you to enjoy my hospitality. He raises a glass and there's a big, sort of like a titter of, upper class laughter. I won't keep you long. I want you to enjoy the party. I'll say only this. The road to power is paved with the hypocrisy of politicians. And it's paved with the casualties of the underhive. But it is not paved with regret. Enjoy the party, folks. Rather discordantly, there is a huge cheer to this.
All right, I say.
That was weird.
So I was talking to prostitute number 2.
Cynthia. Sorry, Cynthia's sister.
Carlos.
Oh, he got such a way with words. Let's just say it lubricates my nether regions.
What were you saying, honey?
Could you explain the differences between Noctine Malice and his mother? What is the preference for Noctine? I am unfamiliar with local politics.
Noctine is Gladys's 6th or 7th son, I think. But the other ones died over the last few years.
Oh yeah, like some of them died from like accidentally drinking an entire bottle of poison, falling on a shaft of bullets.
All kinds of terrible fates that could have easily been avoided if they weren't stupid.
Oh yeah.
And Noctine is just he's gonna step up. He will be the next leader, almost certainly.
What are his positive attributes?
Well,
considering what he keeps in a troubles, I think that's one.
Shut up, Karloth.
Oh, you love it, really? Oh God, why do we have to be sisters?
He's Noctine. That's all there is to it. You know?
Oh yes, I know.
Incorrect. I do not know.
Well, you should. Why don't you find him and ask him yourself rather than asking me all these silly questions? I'm gonna go and find someone who actually wants to be lubricated. Come on, Carlos.
Oh, come on, right.
Vladimir. You see various people still dosing themselves with this this sort of fairy dust stuff.
Yeah.
People that previously were drunk, almost like sort of bandy-legged, not capable of keeping themselves upright. Heels going everywhere. As soon as they take a huff of this stuff, they appear to be functioning at 110% while still being, on that high of being drunk at a party.
Okay.
And the party kind of like ebbs and swells around you. There is a you overhear conversations about how long this party's going to go on for, and one girl says that the last one went on for 2.5 weeks.
Good Christ. Emperor preserve us.
Right. Actions from the two of you, please. Septimus, you first.
So I'm probably going to walk towards. Can I see Vlad?
He's easily recognisable.
I'm probably just going to walk over towards him.
Okay, Vlad, you see Septimus coming towards you.
I'm gonna give him a big old bear hug.
Please desist.
It's okay, we're friends. I'll put him back down.
Okay. As he picked me up, I'm going to inject him with some stim to break him out of this fucking alcoholic fuzz.
All right, I'm gonna roll with that if that's okay, Vlad.
Yeah, sure.
You feel a small prick in your bum, and all of a sudden you feel a huge boost of energy, which seems to blast away the encroaching, oppressive drunkenness.
You are acting exceedingly unprofessionally.
Yeah, yes, be professional. Let's be professional. Let's do a thing. We have to find the man, do the plan. Yes, do the plan with the man. It's funny because it rhymes. Okay, let's go. What are we doing? Oh my god. What are we doing? Who are we doing? What? Who? Yes? What?
Please speak at a level more appropriate for conversation.
What are we going? Yes? Who? Where? What? Who? Yes? Why are we whispering?
I am not whispering.
Is it a secret?
Have you talked to Noctine?
Yes, very cool guy. Said we could be friends. Yeah.
Excellent. May you introduce me?
He's gone upstairs. His friend is going to come and speak to me, and that's cool. It's cool because he's going to come to us. We don't have to go to him. I wonder if there is a buffet.
I am unsure on that point.
Let us find a buffet. It's most important part of the plan. I did not explain before, but we will need sandwiches.
Excuse me.
Yes, are you the sandwich man?
I'm not the sandwich man, I'm afraid. Noctine Malif has sent me to fetch you. I assume
by that Vestroyan he meant you. Hmm?
I am that. No, I am Vostroyan. I am that Vostroyan. Yes, very good.
And your friend with the metal arms.
Yes,
Greetings.
this is my manservant.
Your names are what, exactly?
Tech Priest, level Omega, Septimus.
And I am Vladimir.
Very well. Please follow me.
Brr.
We have to follow the sandwich man, Septimus, of Wiggle.
I am not the sandwich man.
Do you know when he will be coming?
There is no sandwich man.
This is a shame. Then on, and I will follow.
Then why am I here if there's no sandwich man?
You walk past a particularly drunk member of the congregation, and this, what appears to be a manservant, leads you into a side room. It appears fairly normal. He leaves and closes the door behind him, saying only, "Someone will be with you shortly."
I hope it's the sandwich man. My head really hurts. What did you do to me, Septimus?
You are becoming intoxicated.
I know, it was fantastic. Now I do not feel so good. I feel like everything is going very slowly.
Effects will pass in approximately 4 minutes.
Oh, that's good. So we're in.
Right. On the as the door closes, the far wall begins to raise, and behind that wall, there is a bank of monitors, each fairly small, probably about 2 hand widths wide, and on each monitor in black and white, or sometimes in green and black, are depicted people in situations of strife. On closer inspection, you notice that you recognise virtually all of these people as members of the briefing back on the Bastion Serpentis.
Okay. This does not look good.
Some of it is clearly a rerun, because there is footage of Keller dying on the one in the bottom right, the image on the bottom.
Affirmative. This appears to be a nest of vipers.
You've picked a wonderful time to learn metaphor. Okay. What do we do?
I am unsure. Are we unaccompanied in here?
You are.
Is there any kind of data point input?
As far as you can see, it's just some monitors behind a false wall, which is, as I say, being raised into the ceiling. The monitor bank now makes up the entirety of where that wall was. No inputs can be seen.
Is there another exit?
There is the door that you came through, and that is it. It's like a side room from the larger atrium party area that you were in.
I am unsure. No logical approach offers itself.
Then we can only wait.
Affirmative.
You watch as the final moments of that Keller fight die down, and then the monitor goes black, and across the wall, various monitors go black as members die, until possibly only half, maybe less than half of the monitors are still alive, with people running around attempting to evade capture or death. A voice plays through the room. Vladimir, you recognise it as Noctime. Make yourselves comfortable. I'll be with you shortly.
If you hold gods, Septimus, make peace with them now.
The Omnissiah blesses his servants.
The Emperor protects.